So you've spent about a year making a video part. How do you get people to actually watch it? Welcome back to Rad Rat Video, a channel all about skateboarding in all of its forms. I like to answer your questions here on Ask Rad Rat, and I like to review skateboarding in various forms of media. Today I've got a few questions. First one is from Jurgen, who says, I was wondering, did it put you in a weird spot reviewing the Grind King trucks with the fire sparks after being in personal contact with Donald Castle? Would you have felt comfortable criticizing the trucks after basically playing a role in them returning? Also, are you guys still in contact? Greetings from Osnabrück, Germany. Okay, so if you don't know this story, just a real quick catch up. I had a series called Brand Breakdowns, and I would find like a brand that is not around and try to figure out what happened to them. Like, why did it go out of business? There's a playlist right here if you want. Actually, this will be the Grind King one. I can't put clips that or links that close to each other. And so I did one on Grind King trucks because they were a favorite of mine back in the day when I first started. They were in skateboarding for a long, long time. They invented a bunch of things, did all kinds of stuff, and then they just disappeared. And so I did a project and tried to like figure out what happened to them, why'd they go away, and all this kind of stuff. And the guy who made Grind King, he saw that, and it made him want to start a new, like, restart the company, which he did. And he sent me some trucks, and he did make he made two kinds. There's the Disruptor truck, and then the one, it's the same truck, but it has like these spark plates in it, so you do grinds and it throws sparks behind you. And I did both of them. I showed both of them on the channel, and so it didn't put me in a weird spot to show those off because there was a big story behind it. Like, I had a role in the company coming back. Like, I didn't do any design. I was not involved in making the product. I was just involved in like inspiring it to get back started. So it was really cool to be able to show you like the new Grind King, the first time there's going to be a Grind King in 10 years, was really cool. And the good thing about it was that they were good. Like, I still skate them now. I do really enjoy those trucks. And so, like, I switched from Crux, which I do still enjoy. I don't have any problem with Crux. I liked them that much. So, like, that was good. If they came in and they were really bad, then I would have had a hard time. Like, how do I talk about this while acknowledging that this new product isn't any good? Luckily, it didn't go down like that. Now, the spark plate ones you may not have seen because I didn't do like a video about them. I did a Tricks and Tribulations. I think it was like Kickflip 5.0 Shove It one. Pretty sure that's the one where it was. And I started by like, I did them with those trucks, and I wanted to see if it would throw up any sparks or anything. And like doing it in the daytime, it doesn't really, you don't see that much. But I figured like I would just show that, like, it's obviously a gimmick truck, And so like if you saw any sparks in that, you would get an idea of what it's actually like to skate them. So that was just kind of, it wasn't like me talking about the product. It was a video where it was in there. So I don't know. I don't think there was any kind of issue with that. As far as whether I'm still in contact with him, every now and then, like once a year maybe, we talk and like talk about the new projects he's got coming up. It's been a while since we talked though. All right, the next question is from Josh, who says, hi, Rad Rat. Cuz Perry and Darren Chung knock on your front door. They grovel at their knees and tell you that they totally screwed up Skate 4 and they have to start from scratch. To avoid making the same mistakes, they have appointed you as a lead designer. You have full creative control over every element of gameplay, tricks, pros, brands, and music in the game, the mission structure, etc., down to renaming the game if you choose to. What does your Skate 4 look like? All right. I have a lot of notes on this, so excuse me for looking at my phone a lot. So I definitely call it Skate 4. I have a feeling that it's going to be called SK4TE. Brands love doing that kind of stuff. I don't know why. If I'm making it, it's just Skate 4. All right. First of all, so it's a new city, but a very important thing to me is that you can unlock the old ones. I would find that to be that would be huge to like be able to fully replace the old games. There's no reason to play Skate 2 or 3 because you've got all those locations in the new game. So I think that would be a hugely important thing. I would push very hard for that. I don't even care if it looks as good, even if you just port it directly. I don't care. I want to be able to skate those. That is an important part for me. Even if you just make a new city and you do the same stuff that's in Skate 3, it would be pretty good. You know, like that would be enough for the game to be pretty good. And I wouldn't mess with the control scheme too much. Leave that for Skater XL and Session, do the 2 sticks and all that. I would leave Skate the way that it has been. But we got to fix the film challenges. So in the old one, it's really easy to kind of cheat through them. So if you watch my flipped controls run where I try to beat Skate, is that Skate 1? Or was it Skate 3? I don't know. I played Skate with the controls flipped. And when you have to film stuff, it'll be like grind 30 feet and do 2 flip tricks or something like that. And if you just find a curb that's going down a hill, super easy. Like all of my film challenges are just on a curb down a hill somewhere, and it's pretty boring. Like it was so hard with the controller all messed up like that. But I think it could be better if they gave you some more guidelines, like a specific location. It has to be within this plaza or within the skate park or something like that, and maybe some kind of style points. So it's not just technically doing the trick, it's doing a trick with enough speed, or you have to land it clean, things like that. Like a way to make filming a trick be a little bit more of an actual thing. Like something else that happens a lot is it would give you a challenge that's clearly designed for vert. It would be like do 900 degrees of spin and do like 3 grabs. So you can do that on flat. You can do a 360 and a grab, then a 360 and a grab, and then a 3, and you could be fully stationary. There's one time I did it in the grass when I was playing through. You don't want to do that. You want to be able to have like more guidelines. It would like close it in a little bit more, but it would make the end result of what your character was filming make a little more sense in skateboarding. So I think that would be important. Something else too, nothing paid at all that affects the gameplay. So like the game ships complete, there's a bunch of different clothes and boards and shoes and all kinds of stuff that you can unlock. If there's downloadable content later, it's because it was made later. The game was finished, it was complete, and maybe we work on some more stuff after the fact. I think Skate 3 did a good job with that, where you could unlock, it wasn't a part of the map, it was a separate map. You could unlock these other spots. Or you could buy these other spots, but they weren't locked out of the game. It was a separate thing, so that would be a separate thing. My buddy Retta is back because I like him. A lot of people complained about him and how he's always talking throughout the game, but I like that because your character doesn't speak, so you can project your own self onto him and your own personality. But having your filmer talking to people and doing all that stuff for your character makes sense, and it gives some more personality and everything. I like him. It might not be him, maybe he's not available, I don't know. It's somebody, a very strong personality as a filmer, I think is an important thing. All right, I think a new challenge type could be a structured line, like Skateboard City. There's certain tricks that you have to do in certain spots. Those were very fun in that game. I think they would work in a skates type of game as well. I'm just trying to cut down on the amount that you can just kind of like shake the sticks and win. Like having it be more doing a specific thing at a specific time on purpose, and it still looks good. If you can make the challenges a little bit more focused on how a skateboarding line would go and not as much about points. You would still have to use points just because it's a game, but if the end result from somebody who doesn't really skate and doesn't really know this stuff still looks like legit skating, then that's the kind of way that I would be trying to go. I would want vert to be redone. I want to be able to do stuff on the lip that kind of feels like an actual trick. Like you can't really do stalls or anything in Skate 3. You can do like a grind that doesn't grind very far and get back out and call it an axle stall or something like that. But like, I feel like there's got to be some kind of way to make that type of stuff feel good. I would want grabs to feel a little bit more like grabs, because like sometimes it's as if you're just doing a straight air, but you're spinning. Like you're not tweaked in the direction of the spin with the grab, just kind of making sure that things feel or look like they're intentional. Being able to get a little bit like flipping a little bit, like when you do a McTwist, you don't do a backflip and a spin. You just kind of get a little bit off axis, then it comes around. Being able to do stuff like that, I think, would be kind of big. And I know you can do flips in Skate 3, but if it could like determine once you get in the air that you've got enough time to do a 720 or whatever, it can kind of plan on you getting a little bit inverted then coming back. Just like maybe give you a little bit less freedom to spin and then stop in the air and then come back or whatever, but use that lack of freedom to make it look a little bit cooler. I think that would be a good way to go. The film mode needs to be very extensive with lots of built-in cameras in different types of modes. The game Skate 3 was good with that. You had to buy like the film pack, although it came in the box, but if you bought it used, you'd have to re-buy the film pack. I think that was Skate 3. I don't want any of that. I want there to be a bunch of different cameras, different options. You can be like SD on a tape and it has like, camera green, all types of stuff like that. I want to have a lot of film options because that's a really big part of the game. So those are my thoughts on Skate 4. Those will be the demands I make when they knock on my door and ask me to be the lead designer. All right, next question as a quick palate cleanser. It's from the Breakfast Man, who asked if I like pancakes or waffles. I'm going to go with waffles. They got good spots to collect your jam or your syrup or whatever. And you can even buy them frozen, make them in the toaster, and they're still pretty good. Toaster pancake, not so good. All right. Last question for the day is from Connor, who says, what do you think is the best way to promote your skate video? Spending so much time on a video that you're proud of, only to have a couple people watch it sucks, even if you're doing it only for the love. Thanks, Rad Ray. So if you don't like social media and the types of stuff that you have to do on social media to be successful, you're not going to love the answer. If you're the kind of guy who makes fun of the thumbnails that people do on YouTube, you're going to have a hard time because that stuff works. So I took a course when I was first getting like serious into the channel, and I was trying to make it as like turn it into my job. Was my goal at one point. It was a long time ago, but I took this course, and there was like a test on how clickable a thumbnail is if your face is in it or not. If it's just like a clip of your skating, it's not going to be as much as like if you're on it like this. Like, I never thought I could do this trick. People will click on that more. And you may hate doing that. Like for my normal thumbnails, I've been trying to mix it up a little bit lately, but I took a bunch of pictures of me just in various looks of surprise and all that. It feels weird. I don't like it, but the proof shows that people are going to click on it more. They may make fun of it. They may think it looks stupid, but they will also click on it. So some of that stuff is going to be important, and I'll have some specific tips for you. So you're going to want to promote it anywhere where you have people who already subscribe to you, whether it's on TikTok or Instagram, or even like doing some shorts here, anything like that. Maybe showing the process of a single trick, like doing 5 bails and then show the actual trick. Don't give away your ender. People get upset when you spoil the ender of your part in a promotion, but you do want to build some kind of hype for it and get people to watch those and to engage with them. Engagement is important, and it's something that I don't do very much, but trying to like get people to comment, like trying to get likes and comments and stuff like that. So a good example of how to do this is when Johnny Geiger posts a trick And he knows what the trick is called. Of course he does. He did it. But he'll always caption it like, what's this one called again? Or like, man, I can't figure out what this one is called. He does that all the time. Why? Because a million people will comment and be like, oh, that's a whatever. That's a Sigma flip. And people will, and then they'll get in fights with each other in the comments. He knows what the trick is called. But by doing something like that, he gets a lot more engagement, and that post gets a lot more popular and more people see it. And it's a really smart social media play to do that. Again, this stuff feels kind of weird if you don't normally do this type of stuff and you don't like doing this kind of stuff. It feels weird to like, try to get comments. And something else that came to mind was if you could like do something in your video that makes people comment. So you can have like a weird guy like dressed up crazy just standing in the background of a clip. Just to be like, hey, you guys see at 056, and then we'll tag it in the comment and people can click on that. There's like this weird guy in the background. He's got like a Bigfoot costume on. Like, what's up with that? And it would just draw comments. It would like create engagement, which would make your video do better. Yeah, like that kind of stuff would work. I don't like it, and I wish it didn't have to go that way, but it would work. If you make the best video part you could and you just put it out, it's not going to matter. You have to be able to get people to watch it. And that's the type of stuff that I think would work. That's just the way things are right now. If you can't get it on like Thrasher or something like that, or just like get someone who already has a big following to post it for you, if you're trying to build that on your own, that's the way to do it. To find a way to generate comments, to generate likes, to get people to share it by adding in weird stuff and promoting it in kind of weird ways, ways that may not feel super honest. A weird thumbnail that is going to draw attention is an important part too. Those are your best options in this day and age. So good luck with that. Hopefully it works out for you. And yeah, I hope I didn't make the world any worse by telling you all these secrets. But that's it for now. If you have a question of your own, go to radratvideo.com and submit it with the form right there. It goes into a special inbox where I can review every single one of them. If you love the channel, you can hit the join button here on YouTube. You can sponsor me on Patreon. And you can comment, you can like, you can do all that kind of stuff that feels weird to always be promoting. You can buy shirts. But in light of that last question, I think it's important to tell you all that stuff. So that's it. Watch these videos that YouTube is recommending to you, and I will see you next week. Thanks for watching.